I wanted to make this really awesome video because Jason Harrison is amazing. I just went through his self-mastery program and absolutely loved every single bit of the program. I knew going into that I wanted to work with him. I had done some work before, some energy healing with him before, and I knew he was the guy that was going to help me move past some of these extra layers that I've been needing to get through. So, in efforts to be transparent and vulnerable, I sought out Jason because I was having a lot of restrictive eating habits and I struggled off and on in my life with an eating disorder. And there's a part of the year every time around Thanksgiving where I just completely revert back to my old wounds and I don't feel hungry. I stop eating. I self-sabotage. And in that moment is where I really needed some support. So I was intuitively being guided by my own spirit guides to seek out Jason's wisdom and his knowledge. And I'm so glad that I did because in the 3 months that we worked together, I learned a lot of things about myself that I was really eager to learn and that I didn't even know still existed inside of me. And so Jason was able to help break those things down in a very practical and efficient way. And some of the biggest things that I learned just by being a part of Jason's self mastery program is the first thing, which was surrendering. My goodness, I did not realize how much control I had in my life. I didn't realize how many control issues I had. Let me rephrase that. I have had so much resistance that I just kind of wrote it off as natural. It was very healthy. I thought it was something that was benefiting me, and in a way it has. And now it no longer benefits me anymore. And so when I was doing my work with Jason, I started uncovering all this shit that I was like, wait a minute, I still got control issues. Oh my God, he helped me to find those little subtle control things that I didn't even know. They're like little micro control issues. And so I was so grateful for Jason to help me reveal that because I don't think I would have ever found that on my own had he not been able to highlight that intuitively within me. So that was the first thing that I learned with Jason. And then the second thing was learning how to surrender. Now, I have heard about surrender throughout my life, and there are many areas where learned about surrendering and have tried surrendering. But oh my goodness, I did not know that I still needed to surrender even deeper. I kind of landed somewhere in this spiritual ego trap where I was just kind of like, oh, I don't need to learn how to surrender. I already know how. And lo and behold, that was not the case. My spiritual ego got trashed the minute I started working with Jason, and it humbled me. It brought me back to the space where I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. I need to surrender. I need to learn how to accept. I need to learn how to allow certain things that I didn't even realize I was not allowing in order to continue to grow. So that was the second thing that I learned. And then one of the biggest things that I learned through Jason was leveling up on my vulnerability and authenticity. Jason helped me to highlight that I need to share more of the shadowy parts of me because I've grown up with this whole mentality of saving face, and so I can only be vulnerable with a certain amount of people, but when it comes to other people, I wall up and I show them only the best face I have. And even if I'm hurting, even if I'm sad, I won't say that that's what's happening. And so Jason challenged me to level up in that vulnerability by really exposing more parts of my hurt, more parts of my wounds, more parts of the things that I'm working on. And not only am I doing that in my life, doing that also in my business. So not only were we working on the things for my own self, my business was an extension of myself, and that also became a topic of conversation. So it was like a two in one, and it was amazing. And then the fourth thing that I learned through Jason is something that I still use now. I will never forget this tool is learning how to cultivate my energy. My goodness, I am learning to cultivate my energy. Okay, Jason is pretty unique. He's pretty unique in the fact that, number one, he understands energy very, very well. And he knows, and because he understands it very well, he has embodied this understanding to a point where he knows how to clearly explain something to you. I have spent years in learning many different energy healing practices, spiritual practices, and never did I ever come across anyone who could break down energy to me in a very simplistic and practical way. And Jason absolutely did that for me in our sessions. So when I was learning even deeper about myself, he taught me even deeper about the energy that we were working with. And he gave me one of the most amazing tools. I mean, he gave me a lot of tools, but one of the most amazing tools that he has given me was learning how to cultivate my energy, learning how to give myself energy when I don't have any. And so, if you're one of those people who get stressed and overwhelmed easily, go work with Jason. He'll teach you how to gain some more energy and also let some of that stuff go. So, no matter what, working with Jason has been an absolute treat. It has taught me a bit more about myself that I am so grateful to have been on a journey for, and I will still be on a journey to keep learning myself even deeper. So thank you, Jason, for really just showing up and offering your gifts in service to life to us seekers out there who are on the path of self mastery and um, inner peace. And I am so grateful that our paths have aligned so that I could do the work with you and you could do the work with me. So I am truly grateful for your self mastery program. I highly recommend it to anyone who is questioning it. Don't even question it. Go right ahead. You will not regret it. I definitely believe you'll walk away with some unique, practical, spiritual tools that you may not have had in your arsenal before, and you will definitely walk away with some unique perspectives and mindset shifts that you didn't have before. So you have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Definitely join Jason and definitely start healing on your path to self mastery. Thank you, Jason.